Hello, welcome back to another exciting episode of Quantum Vibes. I'm so excited to be here with you again today, and we continue the journey of how I travel the world in 45 days, visiting 10 countries all by myself. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. It's Quantum Vibes. 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 The next day, I didn't quite have any plan because I just thought I would be hanging out with Jinho the whole time. So I kind of made up a plan. One of my friends had told me that she wanted traditional chopsticks. So the previous day, on day 37, I had asked the tour guide to give me some recommendations. So she told me to go to Hack Day. So starting day 38, I decided I was going to Hack Day. It was this kind of mall area or some building, and then they sell these like traditional, original stuff. So I went to get myself some forks and some chopsticks so I can give to my friends. And these are easy things that I could just fit in my luggage. That was overly full, honestly. So that was easy. And then I decided to go on another quest to find a piercing salon. So I walked. I went to multiple places, you guys. I was just walking around the whole Hong Kong and I was just getting exhausted. And then I just said to myself, one more try, and if I don't find the shop, then it is not meant to be. So I found this shop that was on the top of a hill, and I was like, you know what, let me go give it a try. And I believe it's called a Cubist Tattoo and Piercing Parlor. I go there and it's owned by this couple. They love each other. They've been together for so many years. They've been doing this business for so many years. Apparently they haven't changed their prices in so many years as well. And then I go and I get my piercings done. This is the story of how I get my piercing. So I go there and I'm like, hey, I am very pain intolerant, okay? I cannot take pain. Like, this is hard for me. And I told them, you have to numb me. You have to. I mean, I couldn't do this anyway else. This is the only way I can get my piercings done. So she proceeds to numb me a little bit and then numb me on my nose too. And boy, if I tell you that I felt every pain, I felt every pain. Oh, it was such a painful thing. And I was happy, you know, beauty is pain, as they say, but I was happy. One little tidbit that happened and I was so grateful for, because, you know, when you meet strangers, you never know what you're going to get. And it's just almost as like an intuitive thing. And I just want to give them a shout out because they wanted only cash. And at this point, I had spent out my cash. Like, I didn't have any cash left at this point anymore. And I didn't have cash to give them. And then I said, hey, how about I use a money transfer app to transfer? Let me see if that works. So I take down their name, and this is not sponsored, so I'm not going to share the name of the transfer app. Subscribe to my Patreon and I'll tell you. But then she's like, yeah, she's had foreigners do this. They transfer her the money and then they end up canceling it or reporting fraud. And I'm like, I will never do that. This is my name. This is my number. You will never have this issue with me. And immediately I did the transfer. She saw the money in her account and then we went to business. And I will say, like, all throughout my travel, I just met such great people, such trusting people. I had to also trust them, and I just feel blessed, honestly. I'm just going to take a moment to talk about how blessed I felt throughout the whole journey and the people that God kind of placed in my life, because without them, I don't know what would have happened. So anyway, I got my piercing, and then she gave me a lunch recommendation. There was a place that she said I absolutely needed to try. I'm going to show you the food. That's like a famous Hong Kong thing. It's like a dim sum, but it kind of tasted different from the dim sum that I had in the city the other day. So I went and I ordered myself that. I was still hurting from my nose piercing and all that heat was just in my face. But she was right. It was really, really good, a good choice. And it was also inexpensive. And I'm like, everything here is just cheap, which is surprising to me. So it was really nice. My money did go very far in Hong Kong, which I appreciated. And then I decided that evening was when I was going to go on the cruise. So I retraced my steps back to where we went to from the ferry to go to Victoria Island just to take some pictures and stuff like that. So I went to the harbor and I waited for my cruise. And then when my cruise came, my boat came, I got on it, and they were doing this beautiful fireworks show where, you know, it would just be doing these lights and fireworks on the river. It was in the evening. It was so beautiful. It was such a nice experience, and I just really relished in it. After that, got off the boat. There's literally a mall called IFC Mall. It's this huge mall. It's really close to the harbor and everything, or wherever you can catch a boat. And I decided to go in, check out some of the stores over there. I'm like, okay, what do you guys have? I actually almost got an Apple product, but I decided against it because I was thinking I don't really need it right now. So I didn't do it. And I'm glad I didn't, because recently I found out that Apple products are cheaper in the US than abroad, which I was thinking, oh, I could have just cheated myself out of this situation. But that is how I ended that day. And then the next day was the day that I was going to leave Hong Kong to go to another place. So day 39. Day 39, I woke up and I was just thinking, oh, how many dirty things do I have versus clean things? And get this, the hotel also had a laundry, and the laundry was free. It was part of the services at the hotel. Like, what is Hong Kong and all these free amenities? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not complaining. I'm just calling it out that such a good deal. So then I decided to wash my things. So then I would have fewer things in my laundry packs. So I had these like compression bags that I'll put my dirty stuff in, and I just really didn't want to mix it up with my clean stuff. So I was thinking, let me just wash a few of the things that I've used so far and then dry them and then be on my way. And I did that, and after that I went to see my friend Junho. He was at the office, so I was able to see him at his place of business, meet a few of his colleagues, and then we had like a little sit down before I had to go and grab my bags at where I stored them at the station, which was easy because once I grabbed the bags, I went straight to the Airport Express stop, and then I was able to be wheeled straight to the airport. Now, you would think this day is over. You would think, oh, there it is. She's going to another place. And herein comes my second dilemma with Qatar Airways. Like, Qatar Airways, here is what Qatar Airways did. Can you imagine? Like, Qatar wanted to charge me $900 for additional luggage. Like, if you are traveling with Qatar, and it doesn't even matter what class you are. I was economy, by the way. They charge by the kilo. So the prices that you're seeing online, not really the real prices. And honestly, when I was leaving Greece to go to Saudi Arabia, it was cheaper. Cheaper relative to what they were trying to charge me from Hong Kong leaving to my next country. So when I got there, they told me $900, and your girl is not above begging. Okay, I was pleading. I was like, I don't have any money, and please have mercy on me. Like, oh, you can leave your bag, and I'm like, I don't even live here. Please have mercy. These guys looked in my face, and they allowed the gate to close, like the counter to close, and they didn't take me. They wouldn't even take a negotiated price. They're like, you have to pay $900. I'm like, $900 just for a bag of clean and dirty clothes. I'm like, what in the hell? And at this point, I've already packed things in the way that I need to pack them. And I'm like, you want me to leave a suitcase, like a whole suitcase full of things, and just leave it at the airport? And I'm thinking, is this even safe? Like, you would just rather a passenger leaves a random suitcase in the airport than to negotiate with them. And let me tell you, when I was leaving Greece to Saudi, I think they charged me around $250, give or take. No, actually $400. They charged me $400 for the extra bag. So in my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm fine with $400. I'm just gonna. And then I was hit with almost $1,000 just for the extra luggage. So let me just tell you guys, if you're going to travel with Qatar Airways, just know that whatever prices you're seeing, they read the fine print because they are charging by kilos. Okay, by the kilo. They're not charging you per bag, which every airline does. And I'm thinking, how do you get away with that? You know, I don't know, is there some aviation law or something like that? And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I was left behind, so I had to be at the mercy of Air France. So I ended up having to book a whole new flight to go to my next destination with Air France. So the next video, I'm going to tell you all about that, and it was such a nightmare. Day 39 was a nightmare, and I do not wish this on anybody. Well, that brings us to the end of the Hong Kong journey. I am so excited that I got to share the story with you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, comment, and I'll see you in the next clip. I hope that you enjoy the jingle. Make sure you do a dance challenge for that. I'm not a good dancer, but I try. I'm not a good dancer, so take that video, take that audio away and make a challenge out of it. All right, guys, take care. Bye. Thank you.
K to the W to the A to the end the same. K to the W to the A to the end the same. Can't see my vibes. Can't see my vibes. Can't see my vibes. See my vibes. Can't see my vibes. Can't see my vibes. Can't see my vibes. You're okay viber, we just vibing. Yeah, we stay vibing, vibing now. Yeah, why won't you subscribe? Why won't you subscribe? Let's go. Follow me on IG, follow me on TikTok. You can find me everywhere, everywhere you look. Support my YouTube, support my IG, support my TikTok. Thank you. Consamida, I thank you. Kumawaya, I thank you. Kumawaya, I thank you. Stay vibing. Go and see my vibe signing out. Woo.